found yourself in a position where you felt like you are a failure within yourself, you cannot be a great leader. You cannot lead yourself, you cannot lead others. Have you ever felt that? Have you ever questioned yourself with that thing? If you haven't done it, I have. So let me tell you my stories. What were those things that were holding me back and making me feel like that I couldn't be a leader? I couldn't lead myself. I couldn't be confident enough so that I can go out and get my dreams. There were just so many things at that time were coming in my head, I was just like super confused. And I'm speaking about when I was around 15 years old, 16 years old, and I grew up in farms. I'm still a farmer. And at that time, I was just super isolated. I would always work in my farms and never go out and never had friends, like in terms of having fun, in terms of having some sort of like team members and stuff, only until I went to high school. Okay, never mind. That's a different story, which I'm going to tell you later in the video. But here in this video, I'm going to give you 5 failures that I used to feel that I had them, my 5 weaknesses that were holding me back to become a better leader within myself so that I could lead others. And now I have worked on them. I feel like they are my biggest strengths. I have worked on them, I honed them as a skill, and I own my weaknesses now, and I feel super confident within myself. And that's what I'm sharing out with you. So if you can connect with one of them, that'd be great. You can get away with something from this video. Likewise, my other videos. If you like this video also, I want you to give me a thumbs up, subscribe this video, share this video with other fellas of yours who are feeling insecure within themselves. Okay, so this video is really gonna help you out. So at that time, all right, I used to feel that I had failures, as I say. And among those failures, there was one failure which was in me. It was holding me back like this, that I couldn't go out. It was just, I was feeling stuck at it. I was feeling stuck. I didn't know what to do. And that failure that was my bad habit. That was my weakness, biggest weakness. That was inability to organize details, inability to focus on small little details. So I was unable to stay organized. That was my biggest weakness. And some people, I believe they have them also. And let me tell you, I was super focused on bigger picture. I was always about what I'm gonna do after 10 years, 5 years, and next year. Always about like tomorrow in future. But I never ever focus on what I'm gonna do now. I didn't know what is that roadmap thing. How can I define my goals into small little steps, achievable goals, so that I can work on them, I can achieve my bigger picture. So I was always all around the place, even my surroundings, even my things, even my equipments, all the tools and stuff, work in a farm, right? They were always used to be messed up. I was just never being organized. I didn't have that quality of being organized. I didn't know how to be organized until I realized that I need to work on this particular thing. If I wouldn't do that, I would always be stuck where I am today, because in order to grow, you need to know where you are gonna go. Now, we're getting through this weakness, okay, what I'm trying to tell you. As I say, I was always used to focus on bigger picture, never focus on smaller things. So, in that way, my actions were always messed up. I never took actions in an organized way, in a disciplined way, which could lead me towards my goals. That was the biggest weakness I had at that time. And I worked on it, and I am happy that I actually realized in a early stage. That's why I'm here today, doing my things, what I want to do. I am working on myself all the way up. Now let me tell you my second thing, which happened to me in school before I started my athlete journey. Like, I never loved sports except one thing in my life, and that was kabaddi. Through the help of kabaddi, I worked on myself on that particular weakness, and that was fear of competition. Now, being a great leader, being able to lead yourself and lead others, you have to be super confident. You have to be visionary. You have to be someone who have some sort of collaborative approach. You have to be a team player. But if you are always scared of competition, always afraid of others, always afraid of your team members, you cannot grow. You cannot work in team. You will always be jealous. You will always feel that someone is gonna take your place. So I used to be in high school. It was just a beginning, and I was okay. I was like okay in terms of physical appearance. I was well, healthy, fit, good dude, yeah. And we used to have certain subjects in school, and one of the subject was physical fitness, where you will be focused on physical fitness, all the activities, exercises, and also under that subject, you will be playing for a school team. And at that time, we used to have like 4 to 5 teams, one cricket, football, kabaddi, which I joined in, and there was a arrow throw, I don't know what you call it, I think javelin throw or something. Yeah, so it used to be one of them. But then from my professor, my lecturer, he came one day to me, he's like, Miki, why don't you join us in kabaddi? We are looking for new team members, and you, well, healthy guy, you are fit also, why don't you join us? I'm like, okay, let's just do this. So I joined it. I've seen there are already so many other guys, they were just happy, already playing good, they were doing good. When I went to them, I was so scared, I was like jealous. Hey man, I used to feel like I don't belong here. I didn't have confidence to talk to them. I didn't have confidence to stand next to them. I just don't know, until they made me feel welcome. They made me feel no worries, dude. They like they just welcomed me, and they're like, okay, let's just do the practice. So we were practicing doing push-ups and all those things, and I was doing good push-ups, and one of the dude came to me, is like, bro, you're doing good, man. You're doing good. How long you been practicing? How long you been doing push-ups? I was like, it's been like 2 years, and then I've been doing push-ups, and I've been just doing some body workout. He's like, yeah, you're doing good. You got good stamina, man. I just couldn't do it, man. I could only do 50 push-ups. And he said, why don't you just train with me? I'm like, okay, let's just do this. So after a few months, we became good friends, and then we started to practice together for kabaddi. And funny thing, it was just 2 of us who were selected for district championship, and we were the one who won district championship also. So that was second prize that we won for our school. And afterwards, I've got injury and stuff like that, and I just didn't proceed with the sport. I wanted to have my career in sports at that time. So after that whole scenario, I came to realize, hey man, being in a team is a really good thing. I always used to be scared of my competition. I always used to be scared of others are gonna run over me. But this is different. If I could have this collaborative approach, like there is no competition, there is always a healthy competition. Because when we were playing district champion, I still remember I was having injury at that time, and that another team member from different team, who were like our competitor, he came to me and asked me, bro, if you need any assistance, let me just help you out. Even though they already lost the match against us, but that guy was still willing to help me. I'm like, yes, this is called sportsmanship. So rather than having mindset of jealousy or mindset of always being scared of your competition, you should be approaching everyone as a person, as a team player, or someone that you can collaborate with and get something better out of something. That was just a whole thing. So I think that was a whole skill that I learned in that time, which made me a great individual, which helped me to build my character as a good leader. And now when I work in my company and I started this small business, which is a social media marketing agency, and I've got few team members right now. When I utilize this collaborative approach, I always put them first. I always ask them, hey, what can I do for you? Let me just know, if you want something from me, I'm always here to help you out. I'm here to build you up. Maybe you're just starting out your career, but let me know if you want me to be your mentor in any area, like wherever you want to grow. Let me know if I could help you out. I will definitely do that. And I will always put them first and their vision first. Definitely, it's all about collaborative approaches, as I say. So I will help them to grow. In return, they will help me to grow. And it didn't just give me that collaborative approach, and didn't just allow me to be friends with them and connect with them on an individual level, but it also allowed me to gain respect of other people. So you see, that thing came from that sportsmanship. So instead of always being scared of your competition, I think you should be friends with your competition. Always think that, hey, maybe, you can somehow collaborate with each other. All right, now next point. And that was lack of imagination. And this thing I only came to realize when I was in Singapore. 5 years. I just went to Singapore. I was working day and night, working full on, but realizing that I'm the only one who's going to pay my bills, need to pay my tuition fee and this and that, all the rentals and all those things, right? So I have to pay by myself. In order to pay them, I have to work. And I have to earn money. In order to earn money, I have to work. So salary was kind of low below the average. But I had plenty of time on my hands at that time. So I was just working day and night, work. But among those years, among those months, I realized that I'm just like a machine. I'm training up as a machine, as a robot. Like I would just work for 18 hours, go home, sleep, go to work again. And at that time, I just couldn't decide what I'm gonna do. I couldn't think of anything. It was just all gone. I had so many dreams when I went to Singapore. And then I realized after a few months, all my dreams are just vague. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't navigate anything anymore in my life. And that time I was super lost it. But then eventually something happened from God, with the help of God. I lost that job, right? So I also believe that whatever God does, He does, there's a purpose behind it. So when I lost my job, I had plenty of time again. So I could spend some time with myself. Then I would just go for walks sometimes. I would just go to Gurudwara's example, and I would just sit with myself and ask God, hey God, please help me out. I just can't figure out anything right now. Can you just please help me, show me a way what to do? And then I started to have some dreams. What I used to think when I'm going to go overseas. What I used to have a dream at that time, it was about doing something creative. This is why I opted up with photography. I used to have an iPhone 7 at that time, sort of started to take photos, started to put on Instagram, share this and that. So people started liking, and I'm like, why don't just start a photography? So I did it on like really on repetitive basis. So I would shoot like hundreds or 200 photos every single day. Every single day I would just go out, shoot, take a lot of photos from different angles, this angle, that angle, and then come home and edit. This is how I used to spend my time. So while doing that exercise, I didn't just use my imagination to create photos, but I also used my imagination to visualize my future self, what I'm going to do. I realized at that time that if I didn't have imagination, that means I couldn't lead myself. That was the point when I realized this particular concept. And it was just written down in my journal. I'm telling you these things, I'm telling you these stories that I'm telling you from my journal. I'm not making them up. I was just like, now in the next few videos also, what I'm going to do, I will just go back to my journals. I still have them. I've got like 10 to 15 of them. I still have some stories written in them. And the way I journal is like every single day, every single week, I would write down like, what are the lessons that I have today? So that was a lesson at that time that I need to utilize my imagination really well. If I wouldn't use it, I think I am no use to this world and to myself. I couldn't build my dreams. So having a lack of imagination is one of the biggest weaknesses of being a failure leader. Because if a leader couldn't imagine, if he couldn't visualize where he's going to go, where he's going to lead his team, then what's the point of being a leader? I think you better be a follower and follow someone else, right? So coming to the next point, and that is selfishness. Now, I only came to realize this selfishness thing recently. It was just 1 year only. So you couldn't be selfish. You couldn't be just thinking about yourself. I think when you're working individually, independently, then it's okay. You can choose to be some sort of, selfish guy. But this cannot be always the case, because if you're working in a team and you are a leader, those team members are actually looking up to you. They are thinking in a way that you're going to enhance their life. You're going to add on a value in their life. But if you're only focused on your motives and you're not focused on other people's motive, as I say, have a collaborative approach earlier. If you're not focused on other people's needs, wants, what they want to do, what are their aspirations, end of the day, they're going to leave you. They're just going to leave you and you'll be by yourself. End of the day. So this is really important, that you are not selfish. You should be selfless. Yes, you can be selfish first, highly motivated individual who just want to grab all the things. But in order to project some sort of your qualities of selflessness, you have to do things for others so that they can feel, yes, they can rely on you. That's really important. That's just so important. It's one of the biggest quality of being a leader. a leader has to be selfless. If you are selfish, people, your team members, they eventually gonna leave you. That's just all I want to say about this point. Now coming to the next point, and that is low confidence. A low confidence is also one of the biggest weaknesses of being a leader. And now a leader, if he or she doesn't have confidence, then she doesn't have confidence within himself or herself and in the dreams that they're going to build and the vision that they're chasing. Do you think your team members are going to have that confidence? No, never ever. They might be confident individuals within themselves, but they are not going to be confident in you. So you need to either fake it or either show it. Actually, you need to show confidence, project confidence within your body language, within your actions, within your visions, some sort of stuff, like some sort of confidence projection is so important being a leader. And these were the things that I worked on myself already. Now I believe that I am someone who can say that, hey, I can lead people, I can lead myself. I can give myself a goal and I can be self-accountable to do and achieve those things. So if you found value out of this video, I wanted to say thank you. First of all, thank you for keep watching this video until now. And if you have found value, I want you to give thumbs up again. Like this video, as I say, thumbs up. Leave down a comment and subscribe this video, or also share it with someone who may need to watch this or hear this. Alright, so I will see you in next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.